Hi everyone and welcome for this new tutorial how to paint Deathskull. I do a poll for to know which clan you want to see painted, and Deathskull wins really easily. So now I'm going to show you how to personalize orc to be a Deathskull. At beginning this orc is already painted as I show in the previous tutorial. I gave you about the stomp boys, and now I'm going to start by apply some Deathskull blue on different surfaces, on the armor and on the flesh, to do some tattoo part. This Deathskull blue is going to be applied, and don't dilute too much because it's not a very covering color, so don't hesitate to apply this without too much dilution, and you are going to have very nice and great results. Remember to ask if you have any question into the comment section. Remember to subscribe to the channel and to like this tutorial to help me to reach a larger audience from English speaker country, because I'm French and I know my English is not necessarily perfect, but I work on it. As you can see, I apply my paint with the side of my brush a lot to reach a more light surfaces when I need, and if I need to finish or make something more thin, I use the end of my brush. The blue is a lucky color for the orcs, so the Deathskull had a lot of blue on their body to be more lucky guy and have more dagger. During my paint of this different clan, I decided to make some tribal symbol for all the natural clan, and more square and more chests for the clan who are going to use more mechanical stuff. And now I'm starting to adding more blue for the shadow, and for that I'm going to use some royal blue from Procolor. As you can see, I'm going to use it to pushing my shadow, and depending on the kind of surfaces I reach, I'm going, for example, on the armor to have a very strong contrast, but I'm going to need something more soft on the flesh part. By the way, you can always use royal blue at the end of your tattoo, as you can see right now, just to redefine this tattoo and have a more distinction between your flesh and the tattoo part. And now I'm going to add more and more royal blue. Just for you to know, I give you the time it takes me for each steps. It's not necessary an objective to do it in 5 minutes, but you can make it and step by step see if how many time it takes you, and it will be more easy to make a comparative step. So now I'm going to start my highlights, my first highlight in blue, by using a mix between Deathskull blue and white from Procolor, and pushing it on all the different surfaces I need. As you can see, I use more and more the side, but the end, by the way, of my brush, because I reach a smaller and smaller surfaces. Take care about reduce step by step the surface you are going to reach to have a better transition. That's one very important key point if you want some soft transition and something very clean. And step by step I'm going to adding more and more white to be sure to have some nice highlights and some clear distinction between my different elements. At beginning, when I paint my basical miniatures, like my stone boys, I use a lot of contrast color, and soon Army Painter is going to launch a new range of contrast kind of color, and I need to try it. So you can see that very soon on my channel. And now I'm going by mixing some flat earth from Prince August's. This is a very middle brown, and some white. I'm going to push my freehand on the shoulder, and I'm going to make something very simple because the shoulder is small, so I need something very small and simple. And I'm going to add more white once again to have a better visibility on this part of my miniatures. Remember, you can always support me on Patreon if you want, so you can have access to the 7 clan painting. They take me a lot of time, but after that I decided to show you this one, just because you make some votation to see this one first. So now I'm going to continue by adding more and more white into my mix and pushing my highlight. And I'm going to make the same on the leather part, just to push more and more highlight by adding step by step more and more white into my mix. And now, just with white very diluted and with not necessarily a lot of paint in my brush, I'm going to apply this paint to finish my highlight. Just with some white I'm going to tap to have very strong contrast on some few parts. And now I'm going to pushing a little bit more shadow with my black color from Procolor, and that's going to help me a lot to make some clear distinction between my different elements. And here is the result. I really hope you enjoy this tutorial. Remember to subscribe to my channel and click on the ring if you want to know when I launch a live or anything else. And remember, you can see all the clan painting on one tutorial directly by supporting me on Patreon. So you can see the Bad Moons, the Evil Sands, the Deathskull, by the way, the Goth, the Blue Dax, the Snake Beats, and the Freebooters. Thanks again for watching, and see you soon for the next tutorial. Bye bye!